Star Trek Next Generation. It's on, but as you can see, score display doesn't work. So let's take a look inside. As with most games I work on, I gotta break into it. No key, can't find it. I can usually pop them. Usually. Without causing too much trouble. Oh, there we go. Take a little black Sharpie and clean that up a little. And hey, at least there's a key hanging in the door for the back box. Score display working, so let's check the voltages. This outside pin should get me 65 volts, and that's about right. The next pin get me 12 volts, looks good. Next pin should get me 5 volts, that looks good. Next two pins are ground, and then these are the outside. So now let's check the outside pins. I should get minus 120, and instead I'm getting minus 60. And then I should get a 12 volt difference, so I should get minus 108, and I'm getting minus 47. So there's our problem. Our negative voltages are not working, so we go up to the dot controller board, that's this guy right here, and we're going to have to repair that. A lot of times these voltage problems are related to resistors. You can see that these big 5-watt ones have been replaced, which is good, but these guys are like 46K. You got to pull one end of them up and check them with the meter, but these are good. But I found some cold solder joints down here on the diodes. I think that might have been the problem. I'll clean that up and check it out, but this board's definitely been reworked a lot in the past. So now the display is working just due to some cold solder joints, which again were right on these diodes in there. It's a pretty rare thing. It's a lot more complicated fixing this, but you can see now that the display is working. Just got a credit dot on there. We need to clean up some other switches. That's usually due to an eddy switch problem. Borg, nobody ever makes this shot, so it thinks that switch is bad. Same thing. Nobody ever makes that shot, gets to that part of the game. Same thing. Nobody makes this shot on this game. So let's go to switch test. Yeah, see that one's not working right there. That's the made right ramp. Nobody makes that switch needs a little adjustment. Yep, needs adjustment for sure. Yeah, it works, but it needs adjustment. And then the Borg. Here's the Borg entry. Ball back here. And then it'll kick that ball out when I come out, and okay. So now we only got to fix the left return lane switch. That's the only one. So you can see these in lanes have no switch. So they use a magnetic switch on this game. So when we put the ball across it, you can see it registers, but there's no physical micro switch. And you got these little eddy boards down here that you see as the ball rolls over the sensor, and the sensor is, let's see, but it's right there. See the sensor? Okay, as the ball rolls over the sensor, it activates the eddy board. And then there's that little pot. You can see that pot right there that has to be adjusted just right, and a lot of times they go out of adjustment. So now after we got all the switches fixed and the test and the errors cleared on switches that were either misadjusted or not used when I enter the menu system, we no longer have a test report. So the game is free of errors.